Welcome! In today's video, we're looking at 4 everyday spices that can naturally ease joint pain and calm inflammation. If your knees, hips, or shoulders feel stiff and sore and you're tired of leaning on painkillers, this might be the gentler option you've been waiting for. These aren't strange or exotic remedies. They're simple seasonings you probably already keep in your kitchen. The best part? You can sprinkle them right into your daily meals and start feeling the difference without worrying about side effects. So grab a warm drink, get comfortable, and let's dive into how a few common spices can make life with aching joints much easier. Let's begin with the first one, and it may just surprise you. Spice number 1, ginger. Our first spice may look humble, but it's one of the oldest and most studied roots on earth, ginger. Most of us think of it as a zesty flavor for stir-fries or a soothing tea when we have a cold. In reality, this knobby rhizome has been a cornerstone of joint care remedies from India to China for thousands of years. Ayurvedic texts describe it as a universal medicine, and traditional Chinese medicine uses it to warm the channels and ease stiffness. Only in the last few decades has modern research started to catch up, showing why ginger deserves a spot in your everyday routine if your knees, hips, or fingers ache. Inside every slice of fresh or dried ginger are unique natural molecules called gingerols and shogols. These aren't just responsible for its spicy aroma. They're biologically active compounds that behave like gentle, food-based anti-inflammatories and antioxidants. In several randomized trials, people with osteoarthritis who took ginger daily reported measurable drops in pain and stiffness compared with those given a placebo. Some participants even showed improved walking ability and less morning stiffness within weeks. By reducing both inflammation and oxidative stress, ginger also promotes better blood flow. Healthy circulation is essential for cartilage and connective tissue because it delivers oxygen and nutrients while carrying away metabolic waste that can irritate joints. When tissues are well nourished and less inflamed, they're more resilient and less likely to deteriorate. You don't need capsules or exotic extracts to benefit. You can work it into the foods and drinks you already enjoy. Grate fresh ginger into soups, stews, and stir-fries for a fragrant kick that also feeds your joints. Slice a few pieces into boiling water and steep for 10 to 15 minutes to make a warming tea. Add lemon or honey if you like. Blend a pinch of dried ginger powder into smoothies for a spicy lift, or fold it into baked goods for a comforting treat with a functional edge. Consistent, modest amounts are enough. You don't have to force down large doses to see results. Think of it as a steady nudge rather than a quick fix. You can also combine ginger with other joint-friendly spices for a team effect. For example, stirring a little fresh ginger together with turmeric and a crack of black pepper into warm milk creates a golden drink loaded with anti-inflammatory compounds. The healthy fats in milk or plant-based alternatives help your body absorb the fat-soluble actives more efficiently, making the whole mixture more potent. Drizzle a ginger-infused oil over roasted vegetables, mix it into salad dressings, or add it to marinades to get both flavor and function in one move. Beyond the physical benefits, ginger has an emotional dimension too. Its warmth and aroma can be comforting on stressful days, helping you slow down and reconnect with your body. Healing doesn't always have to feel clinical or harsh. Sometimes it can be as simple as sipping a fragrant cup and knowing you're supporting your joints from the inside out. A quick word on safety. Ginger in everyday culinary amounts is well tolerated by most people. However, because it can mildly thin the blood, anyone on anticoagulant medications or with bleeding disorders should check with their healthcare provider before increasing intake. Stick to normal kitchen quantities, and you'll get the benefits without risk. In short, ginger is far more than a cooking spice. It's a time-tested, research-supported ally for joint health, accessible, affordable, and easy to use. Each small addition you make today helps your knees, hips, and hands move more freely tomorrow. Spice number 2, cloves. These tiny dark buds may look ordinary, yet they're a powerhouse when it comes to easing sore joints and calming inflammation. Most people think of them as a holiday flavor or something to stir into mulled drinks. And yes, they bring a warm, comforting taste to desserts and teas. But behind that familiar aroma lies a collection of active compounds that can help soothe aching joints and protect them from further wear. The secret star here is eugenol, the natural chemical that gives cloves both their fragrance and much of their healing potential. Studies show eugenol exerts anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and pain-relieving effects. In simple terms, it helps slow down inflammatory pathways, neutralize harmful free radicals, and ease discomfort. Chronic inflammation, as in arthritis, can damage joints over time. Eugenol has been found to inhibit COX-2 activity, the same pathway targeted by many common pain medications, offering a gentler, food-based way to cool the flames without relying only on pills. Cloves also happen to be one of the most antioxidant-rich spices on record. That matters because oxidative stress from aging, poor diet, pollution, or ongoing stress accelerates cartilage breakdown. By delivering a dense supply of antioxidants, cloves may help slow this process and safeguard joint tissue at the cellular level. On the ORAC scale, which measures antioxidant capacity, cloves outrank many celebrated superfoods, even beating blueberries. Emerging research also points to clove compounds potentially reducing cartilage damage in arthritic conditions. In other words, cloves might not just ease the pain, they could help preserve joint structure, keeping movement smoother and flare-ups less frequent over time. Incorporating cloves into daily life is easy. For a warming drink, drop a few whole buds into gently boiling water, simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. Inutes, strain, and sip. A little honey or lemon is optional. If you use ground cloves, remember the flavor is strong. Just a pinch stirred into oatmeal. Blended into a banana cinnamon smoothie, or folded into curries and stews, adds depth and joint-friendly compounds in one step. For a bedtime ritual, try upgrading golden milk by warming your preferred milk with turmeric, ginger, black pepper, and a tiny sprinkle of ground clove. A soothing, anti-inflammatory drink your joints will thank you for. You can even make an infused oil by gently warming olive oil with a few whole cloves and other supportive spices, then drizzling it over roasted vegetables or salads for a subtle functional lift. A quick note of caution. Cloves are naturally high in eugenol. Large amounts, especially as supplements or undiluted essential oil, can overwhelm the body and cause side effects. Stick to normal culinary quantities for safe benefits. If you enjoy aromatherapy, the scent of clove oil can be comforting, and a properly diluted topical blend may offer mild warmth and numbing on sore spots. Always mix it with a carrier oil like coconut or almond and do a patch test first. Why highlight cloves for joint care? Because they're simple, affordable, and effective. No drastic recipes or extreme lifestyle changes, just small, smart additions that build up over time. Real recovery isn't only about what you remove, but also about what you add to support healing. Cloves are exactly that kind of everyday upgrade. Next time your joints feel tight, think about slipping a little clove magic into your routine. Your body will notice the difference. Spice number 3, cinnamon. Our third star is a spice you already know from comfort foods, cinnamon. Most people picture it swirled into apple pie, sprinkled over oatmeal, or steeped in chai. But that same cozy seasoning can also be a quiet ally for sore knees, stiff fingers, or an achy back. What looks like a simple stick or a jar of brown powder in your pantry is actually one of the easiest natural ways to calm inflammation and ease joint pain. For thousands of years, healing traditions from ancient Egypt to Ayurveda to Chinese medicine have relied on cinnamon's restorative qualities. Modern science now confirms much of what those systems observed. The key player is cinnamaldehyde, the compound that creates cinnamon's scent and flavor, but also delivers potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant actions. Because ongoing joint pain often stems from low-grade inflammation, anything that safely tones down those pathways can make day-to-day movement far more comfortable. Cinnamaldehyde and its related compounds help quiet immune overactivity that shows up as swelling, stiffness, and tenderness. Several studies link cinnamon intake to lower levels of inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein and TNF-alpha, both connected to painful joints. In one clinical trial, people with rheumatoid arthritis who used cinnamon daily reported less pain and swelling than those in the control group, a notable result for something as simple as a spice. Cinnamon also supports healthy circulation. Good blood flow carries oxygen and nutrients to cartilage, ligaments, and connective tissue while sweeping away metabolic waste that can worsen soreness. Better circulation combined with a calmer inflammatory environment is a combination your joints can actually feel. Cinnamon even helps stabilize blood sugar, which indirectly benefits joint health. High glucose levels drive whole-body inflammation and intensify joint problems over time. By helping keep glucose steady, cinnamon tackles a hidden source of inflammatory discomfort from another angle. That kind of whole system effect is exactly why food as medicine approaches are so powerful. So, how do you make cinnamon a daily habit without forcing it? Simple. Weave it into foods you already love. Stir a pinch into a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with berries for an antioxidant boost. Blend it into a morning smoothie with banana, almond milk, and even a dash of turmeric for an earthy sweetness, plus extra joint-friendly compounds. Brew a quick cinnamon tea by simmering a stick in water for 10 to 15 minutes. Add honey or a slice of ginger if you like. Sprinkle a little over roasted carrots or sweet potatoes before they go in the oven for a savory sweet side dish that's nourishing and joint supportive. Consistent, low-dose exposure to the helpful compounds works better and tastes better than choking down large spoonfuls. One important detail: know your cinnamon. The two main types on store shelves are cassia and Ceylon, true cinnamon. Most mainstream brands are cassia. While fine in small amounts, cassia contains higher levels of coumarin, which can stress the liver if consumed heavily and regularly. If you plan to use cinnamon every day for its health benefits, choose Ceylon. It has a softer flavor and far less coumarin, making it safer for long-term use. You'll find it online, in health food shops, and sometimes in the organic aisle. How much is enough? You don't need a lot. About 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon per day is a reasonable target for general anti-inflammatory support. With spices like this, steady use beats megadoses. Think of it as a gentle nudge toward balance rather than a quick fix. When you're dealing with persistent joint issues, the endless pills, treatments, and conflicting advice can feel overwhelming. Cinnamon is refreshing precisely because it's simple. You can fold it into meals you already enjoy and stick with it without stress. No complicated recipes, no strict protocols, just steady support. And there's an emotional bonus. too. Cinnamon is comforting. It warms you from the inside and reminds you that care can be effective and pleasant at the same time. Healing doesn't have to be harsh. It can be as inviting as a fragrant mug or a well-seasoned side dish. A quick safety reminder: more isn't better. Stick to culinary amounts, especially if you're using cassia, to keep coumarin exposure low. If you take medications or manage chronic conditions, mention your cinnamon habit to your healthcare provider so it fits your overall plan. Choosing Ceylon and staying within everyday kitchen doses makes cinnamon a smart, low-risk part of your joint care strategy. If stiff joints, aching knees, or puffy fingers have been wearing you down, give cinnamon a genuine try. Sprinkle it into breakfast, blend it into a smoothie, brew a tea, or season your vegetables. Small, tasty changes add up. Sometimes relief doesn't come from a bottle. It comes from a spice jar you already own, one pinch at a time. Spice number 4, black pepper. Our fourth spice is one you've probably used 1,000 times without thinking twice: black pepper. That familiar twist over your food isn't just there for taste. When used with intention, this everyday seasoning can become a steady partner for calmer joints and less inflammation. The truth is, some of the most effective tools for feeling better are the ones hiding in plain sight. For centuries, peppercorns have done double duty in kitchens and traditional healing systems like Ayurveda and Chinese medicine. Only recently has science begun to explain why a simple pantry staple can make a real difference for stiff knees, achy hands, or a back that complains after long days. The magic sits inside a single compound called piperine. It's what gives pepper its bite, and also what delivers significant anti-inflammatory and antioxidant benefits. Those two qualities are crucial for unhappy joints. Arthritis and years of wear led to low-grade inflammation that leaves tissues swollen, sore, and less mobile, and over time it can erode cartilage. Piperine helps by dialing down key biochemical signals that fuel this fire. It inhibits enzymes like COX-2 and dampens pro-inflammatory cytokines, tackling root causes instead of simply covering up symptoms. In short, black pepper helps the body stop shouting in the first place. There's another side to the story. Every day we're exposed to oxidative stress from pollutants, highly processed foods, and even emotional strain. Those pressures create free radicals that damage cells, including the ones that cushion and protect your joints. Antioxidants in black pepper neutralize these unstable molecules, shielding tissue and supporting repair so movement feels smoother. One of the most compelling reasons to pair black pepper with other joint-friendly foods is its ability to boost absorption. Piperine can dramatically increase the bioavailability of certain nutrients, especially curcumin, the active component in turmeric. Curcumin is famous for soothing inflammation but is absorbed poorly on its own. Adding black pepper can raise curcumin uptake by as much as 20-fold. That's why golden milk, turmeric teas, and anti-inflammatory smoothies nearly always include a pinch of pepper. The combo isn't just tasty, it's smart nutrition that unlocks more of turmeric's potential. Bringing black pepper into your joint support routine couldn't be simpler. Choose freshly ground pepper rather than pre-ground shakers. Grinding just before eating preserves more piperine, meaning more impact per sprinkle. Keep a small mill on your table and add it at the last moment to lock in potency with zero extra effort. Use it throughout your day. Twist fresh pepper over eggs at breakfast. Whisk it into salad dressings. Stir it into soups and stews, or combine it with turmeric on roasted vegetables and lentil dishes for a warming, functional pairing. Even a modest pinch used consistently adds up over time. When you include healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or coconut milk, absorption of fat-soluble compounds improves even further. Don't skip your drinks either. If herbal teas, turmeric lattes, or evening tonics are part of your rhythm, crack a little pepper in. The flavor becomes rounder, and you activate anti-inflammatory compounds that are ready to go to work. Living with chronic joint pain can feel discouraging, especially when you've tried everything. Remember, you're not powerless. You don't need to overhaul your entire life to make progress. Small, steady habits move the needle. Black pepper is one of those tiny, repeatable choices that quietly lead to less stiffness, less swelling, and easier movement. No exotic superfoods or expensive supplements required. Sometimes the best change is already sitting next to the salt shaker. A quick safety note. Pepper in normal culinary amounts is well tolerated by most people, but if you have a very sensitive stomach or take long-term medications, check with your clinician since piperine can affect how the body processes certain drugs. That interaction is rare at typical food levels, yet it's wise to be aware. For the majority, freshly ground black pepper in everyday cooking is both safe and beneficial. So the next time you reach for your spice rack, see black pepper with fresh eyes. It's not just a finishing touch, it's a supportive one, a simple way to help your body feel better from the inside out. Relief doesn't always begin in a pharmacy. Sometimes it starts with a few turns of a grinder and the quiet knowledge that each sprinkle is moving you toward less pain and more possibility. We've just walked through 4 everyday spices: cloves, cinnamon, black pepper, and ginger, each with its own way of calming inflammation, protecting cartilage, and making stiff joints feel more flexible. None of them are exotic, hard to find, or expensive. They're simple, familiar ingredients you can slip into teas, meals, and even snacks without turning your routine upside down. What makes this approach powerful isn't a single miracle, but the steady effect of small, smart additions over time. A pinch here, a sprinkle there, a warm mug before bed. These little habits quietly nourish your joy and help dial down pain pathways and support healthy circulation at the same time. Food becomes part of your care plan, not just fuel. So instead of reaching only for pills or waiting for pain to worsen, try weaving these spices into what you already eat and drink. It's a gentle, low-risk way to give your body extra support and to rediscover how good it feels when movement becomes easier again. Relief doesn't always come from something new or expensive. Sometimes it's been sitting in your kitchen all along, ready to help you live and move with more comfort every day.